Yes, we would like to explain how you read, how you give form to what is around you. We talked about everything existing within you. So there is within you, through your thoughts, through your mind, and also through your emotions, your heart, a way to allow what you have within to be expressed outside. We explained the idea of the mirrors that shows you what you are carrying within. So through your thoughts and emotions, you surround yourself with what you would call vibration, waves of energy. And then you have a way to read and make those waves physical. You have a system that gives those waves a form, a physical form. A mountain that you are looking energetically is within you. But as you, in a way, breathe out, you share the idea of a mountain outside of you as energy. And then your senses that are within you, translate that energy to make you feel the mountain in front of you real. So you might find the mountain as something majestic and beautiful, a gift that you are contemplating. You may see a mountain as an obstacle, as something that is limiting you. And as you connect with the mountain and you judge that mountain, the vibration of the mountain changes to give you the idea in physicality of what you believe the mountain is. So if you train yourself to notice the beauty of that mountain, then the mountain will be beautiful for you, and it will create a sense of liberation. It will create a sense of you and the mountain working together, and you will receive all the benefits of working together with that mountain. Now, if a mountain for you is an obstacle, something that is stopping you from going places, something that is not allowing you to see the sunlight, something that you feel is limiting you, then that's what the mountain is going to offer you. Stress, limitations, frustration. You see, the mountain is a mountain, but how you connect with it is what is going to make your physical experience joyful or stressful. And you do have the ability to transform the meanings of everything that happens in your life, the meanings of everything that you are projecting. You always have the ability to change the way you read the vibrations around you. A person that often interacts with you is a reflection of vibrations happening within you. But it is just vibration that you are going to decide how you would like to manifest that vibration. That person can bring conflict by what that energy does to you, or may become your best teacher. you give that energy the meaning, you give that energy the purpose of existing. You decide how you interact with that energy that you are reflecting. It is around you because it is within you, and your soul considers that it is time to project that energy that you are holding within. Your higher self will know the reasons why it's being projected. How often, for how long, what intensity will bring into your life. But the way you read that energy, the way you materialize that experience is entirely up to you. Now, your navigation system has something that you define as judgment. And we would like to open judgment in two ways of understanding. One is the judgment that helps you navigate physicality, using your mind and your heart to judge what energies are aligned and making you feel comfortable, and judging what energies will require adjustment, inner change, inner work, so you can transform the uneasy experience into a joyful experience. Let's call this a healthy judgment. It's your navigation system, it's understanding what is aligned with your essence. But then we can consider the other aspect, no so helpful judgment, which is a fixation on how things are. Labeling something as bad and creating the illusion that you can walk away from that person or that experience or that reality that is in front of you, without going through the inner transformation that experience is asking you, the guidance, the information that experience is offering you. That judgment is like you find a door in front of you that life wants you to go through, to open and go through. But you don't like the color, or you don't like the shape, or you feel that you have a choice and escape that door, avoid it. We can tell you that you turn around from that door and the door is gonna move again in front of you, and again in front of you, and again in front of you, until at some point you feel that you have no options but going through that door. That judgment delays your transformational process, your expansion, your inner growth, and kind of put on hold many other gifts that are waiting for you. Perhaps you won't be able to understand your value, your strength, your gifts, unless you go through that door. That door is the transformation that you need to learn to perceive what is next in the best possible way. So that's why you will feel sometimes that the same situation repeats over and over. And it is because you are avoiding the understanding of that situation. And in a way, the rest of the path cannot be experienced unless you go through that door. In your experience will be a relationship that brings chaos in your life. So you try to avoid that person. You try to avoid the group. You try to avoid the interaction. And what we will suggest here and now is connect with that person. Connect with that group. And when you are in the interaction, when things are happening, open your mind and read everything that it is happening, what you're thinking, how you are feeling. Be present. Notice the face of that person. Look at that person into their eyes. What are you noticing? You have to go through that relationship and transform it in order to move forward with your life. In other cases, you'll see that there is not just one person. You escape that person and then you go to the next one. But the next one will bring the same kind of conflict. So the energy, the door is still in front of you. It's just changing forms, human forms. The situation is brought up to you through a different face or a different group. But you'll notice that you will be dealing with the same stress again and again. It is a gate that you have to go through to liberate yourself even more, being able to perceive in a deeper way for the rest of your life. It's always about understanding. It's always about inner knowing. It's always about going deeper within yourself. Same with other situations, being uncomfortable in a specific place. If you are uncomfortable at home or at work or at the club or outside, in nature, wherever you are, if you are uncomfortable and you leave that place, you turn around and decide not to be there, that space, that energy will follow you because there is something for you to understand. So we suggest when you are in a place that is uncomfortable, become a warrior and really get into that place. Every time you enter that place, know that you are there to collect information. Not to allow things to happen to you and feel that life is taking over, trying to destroy you, but enter knowing that you are light to understand what is the information inside that space. Think of you entering a dark cave filled with precious gifts that are waiting for you. But yes, it is scary. Yes, it is uncomfortable. Yes, you don't know what you're going to find. But we can tell you now, there is something for you to collect. The thing is, if you don't face the adventures that are being presented, they don't disappear. The energy is still around you. The vibrations are still around you. So whatever angle you face, the energy will manifest in a form that will create a physical experience. And some of the forms really is going to get you. Life will change forms until they trigger you enough that you feel you have no options but to face that situation and find the gift in it. Why? Because it is time for you to understand an aspect of your own light. It's time for you to remove one more filter and allow your light to shine brighter. Move through life with awareness and appreciate every experience, every interaction. It's your path, the path that you are choosing to navigate through. Now, we talked about expressing the energy that you are carrying within you, around you. You are like a lamp with light within that wherever it goes, illuminates their surrounding. So now you can think of this as light. And the light that you bring in will help you notice what you have around, what you are manifesting. The more light you share, the more you are going to be able to see around you. The more light you share, the brighter things are going to be around you. The brighter things are around you, the better you feel about interacting with the things around you. So if you are this lamp with bright, bright light within you, then you are going to illuminate the room very bright, and it will make you feel very comfortable. Translated to your life, the things that you are going to notice around you will be more joyful. And if something is not that joyful, you will have a lot of light to understand what's going on there. You will have more light to analyze the situation because there is light everywhere. Now, if you are carrying a weak light within you and you enter the dark room, the shades of light are going to be weak. You'll see a lot of shadow. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to see what's happening around you. It will create a little bit of difficulty to navigate and understand things. So we are suggesting here and now that you work in your inner light. So that way, wherever you go, whatever reality you are projecting, you'll create light around you and you'll be able to perceive everything with joy and with clarity. If you want to brighten up the room, the only possible way is to work in your inner light. Before you continue with the journey, before you start the facing of the challenges, go within for as long as you need and work in your own light. Bring the awareness and the work within. Take time to activate your inner light and then go out and face the challenge. Really think of this idea entering a dark, completely dark room. And you are that lamp. You are the only source of light. And we already explained where that light comes from and how you are always connected with the divine light, with Source. So you are entering this room. Think of the difference that will make in the way you perceive that room, depending on the light that you are carrying. Think of that. That will always be the first step working on your inner light before entering the dark room. Because the moment you step into that situation, you want to have all your senses open, loving. You want to have your understanding connected with Source. You want to have your spiritual team assisting you, helping you interpret what's happening around you. You want to have all your team with you. And you want to have all the tools that you're carrying with you. The only way to move forward with your life, to grow, to accelerate this life experience, really going through it with joy and passion and excitement, is by facing all the dark caves that you have to go through. Plus, when you know you have to face something and you delay that process, most of the time will look like the room or the cave is getting bigger and bigger, and it will make you feel more and more uncomfortable. The more you delay the challenge, the lesson, the more you will feel afraid of facing it. And know that it's okay to enter the cave and find nothing and leave the cave looking for time and space to recover. But remember that once you feel strong again, you have to go in again. That is also a part of the journey. You go, you try. When you feel that it's enough, you leave, you recover, and then when you feel strong, you get in again. Until you are light enough, strong enough, wise enough to find every secret that that cave is offering you. Every gift. And when you collected everything that was in it, again, you'll need time and space to figure how to apply that into you. And as you bring that awareness into you, you'll notice the cave getting smaller until it disappears in front of your eyes. The cave became a medal and a word that you will carry, and it will be yours forever. And you will see again the pathway open and illuminated, and you will feel stronger, and you will go through that path faster, with more joy, with more understanding. Your light will be brighter, and every time you bring more light into you, you bring more light into creation. Think of that. We love you, and we are always by your side, helping you go through every dark cave that you have to face. We cannot go through it for you, but we are always by your side. Remember this, because when you ask for assistance with all our love, we will give you the assistance that you are asking for. We love you. Now, do you have any questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When you were talking about being judgmental, does that also, when you're in a relationship, when you're married, like if I'm judgmental of my husband, is that a reflection of a judgment that I have against myself?
When you are judgmental of someone, you are materializing that energy into something that you are judging in that person. So that person is going to reflect back that thing that you are judging on that person. In a way, judgment defines the energy in front of you as just that. If you judge a person as not smart enough, you are coloring the vibration in front of you as not smart enough. So the energy is gonna give you this idea. The energy that materialize as a person is going to be giving you an idea of not being smart enough. So every time you look at that energy, you will find a situation where that energy is reflecting that is not smart enough. And it will be really difficult for you to interact with that energy as a smart energy, as a smart person. Because you are coloring that energy as not smart. The energy cannot reflect anything different than that. Interact with that energy and discover how that energy works without labeling that energy in a specific way that is not what you want to see. But you are fixed in an idea. You are fixed in this idea of the label that you are giving that energy in front of you that is manifesting as a person in front of you. So the only way that you are interacting with that energy, with that person, is in the way that you are labeling that person. Unless you open yourself to consider that perhaps there's other things within that energy. When we explain to you the mantra, I am that I am, you can also say that mantra thinking of that person, because that person, that energy in front of you, is energy that you are reflecting that is within you. So it is also divine light. Think of that person and repeat, I am that I am, until you see that person as divine light, coming from the same source that you are coming. And if you want to go beyond that, feeling that energy as part of who you are, liberating that energy from filters, and then bring new filters to that person as a way of helping you connect with that energy in a different way. So bring that person into your awareness, think of that person, and connect with the mantra until you see that person as energy and light. And then say the name and add the filters that you want. For example, Mary is loving, Mary is kind, Mary is, and you add the filters that you want. And when your mind kicks in and starts telling you that it is not, you say, I am that I am. Because you have to understand that you are projecting that energy. That energy is within you. Does that make sense?
It does. Just leaves me feeling very sad that I would have these types of judgments, negative feelings, negative thoughts about another individual that I love.
Well, you manifested in this reality with that inner wiring, and now it's time to readjust the inner wiring. And the more you understand how things work, the more you will be able to go through the adjustment. You didn't know before how reality was working. Now you do. So now you can start changing, and now you can start navigating life with this awareness. And perhaps this will give you a tool, a new way to go through life. But if you did not know about this before, how can you bring sadness into you? That will be another way of judging yourself. Now creation is sharing this information with you because you are open enough to understand it and do something about it. Now you are able to use this information. No one was ever judging you for the way that you were navigating life, because we know what judgment is. We were observing you and waiting for the moment that we felt you were ready to give you this information. We loved you before, and now we continue loving you in the same way because we don't use judgment. And if you feel bad about not knowing this before or not using this information before when you did not know it, and even if you knew it, you will be judging yourself and you will be expressing judgment around you. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Are you at peace with yourself now?
A little bit. I'll get there.
Are you loving?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel our love? Do you feel light around you?
Yes, definitely.
That's all you need to go through your day today. You have one more piece of information now that you can apply, that you can use through your day. When you feel ready for it, when you figure how to bring this information into yourself. But we loved you before, and no matter what you do with this information, we always going to love you. Love yourself too.
Thank you.
But if you have a moment through your busy day, give yourself some time to sit quietly and feel the sound around you. Open yourself to notice the things that perhaps you don't notice when you go fast through your busy day. Open yourself to feel our love and feel all the love that is coming from your heart. Remember that connection with Source, and from that connection notice light and love always flowing to you. Doesn't have to be long. A few seconds or minutes of your time will be enough to help you remember your divinity.